Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asif. I hope you and your family members are well. So today I'm going to explain you the concept of production possibility curve, inshallah. And if you'd like more videos on different concepts from accounting, economics, or business studies, please leave a comment below or do get in touch with us. Thank you. All right. So PPC is sometimes also known as PPF, and it is one of the very first topic that you learn in the economics syllabus. So before we start our discussion, it's important to make some assumptions, okay? And in economics, we always make assumption because it helps us to understand a particular theory more clearly. So in this case, let's assume that you have some money and you have traveled to an island, okay, a new island. And then once you are in that island, you have noticed that there are few resources available to you. For example, there's wood, water, sand, rocks, okay, maybe the land, and the people, the local people or the native people who are living in the island. And actually all these things combined together is called the factors of production, okay? The things that every entrepreneur needs, or every person who wants to do some business needs, is actually called the factors of production. So now once you have all these factors of production or resources, you have two options to you, okay? And again, this is another assumption. Obviously you can say that why just two, why can't we make more things? But we have to assume that we can only make two types of goods, okay? In that case, in our case, it could be either we can make boats or we could make cooking pots, or a combination of these two. All right, that's our assumption here. So since our resources are limited, right, other than the seawater, maybe everything else in our list is actually limited. So since they are limited, what we have to do is we have to make some important decisions, right? We cannot produce infinite numbers of boats and cooking pots. We need to decide how many boats we are going to produce and how many cooking pots we're going to produce or manufacture, and that is called the combination. So if you think about it, there could be a number of combinations. On this slide we're just seeing 5 of them, right? So for example, if you look at combination 1, it's more like a balanced approach. You're producing or manufacturing 2 boats and 2 cooking pots. And if we look at combination 2, we are producing more boats, okay, and maybe just a few or just 1 cooking pots. So it really will depend on the demand of your island. Do you need more boats? For example, you might need boats to go exploring or catch fishes, whereas you might need cooking pots to feed the people, feed yourself, feed all the native people there are. So it's just a matter of demand, okay? And then if we move along, we can see in combination 4, you might decide to produce all boats and no cooking pots at all right? And in combination 5, you could actually produce all cooking pots but no boats at all, okay, if you're planning to let's say permanently stay on that island forever. So again, it depends. So there could be hundreds or even thousands of combinations, okay? These are just 5 of them. And we need to find out an easy way to show all the possible combinations, be it hundreds or be it thousands. We need to find an easy way to show all these combinations. And what's the easiest way to show all these combinations? The answer is PPC, production possibility curve. So if you look at this blue curve here, this is my production possibility curve, okay? It actually shows all the various combinations. So each single dot or point along this line is a different combination. For example, if we look at point A, this is one combination where we are producing 80 boats and 150 cooking pots. All right, and then you have some more combination points over here. If we look at combination B, at B we are producing 50 boats and 180 cooking pots. All right, so this line actually represents all the combinations or possible combinations which you can produce. All right, you could also produce at this point, all right, where you'll produce 0 cooking pots but around, let's say, 90 or 100 boats. All right, so this is all about PPC, and sometimes you might get asked about the definition of PPC, and you have to say, or you have to write, a PPC shows the various combinations. Okay, this is important. That's why I have highlighted over here. This is keyword. In economics, when you write your answers, it's always important to mention the keyword. Okay, so a PPC shows the various combinations, which is all these points along this line, of two goods or services which an economy can produce by utilizing all its available resources. Okay, that's the perfect definition for PPC. Remember, the keywords over here is various combinations and utilizing all of its available resources. Okay, you must mention this when you write your answers. Now, moving on, we can also explain the concept of opportunity cost by using a PPC. Okay, for example, look over here. Okay, by the way, you can only produce at one single point. It's not that you can produce at A and also at B at the same time. It's not possible. All right, you have to make one decision and you have to decide on which point you're going to produce. All right, so in this case, let's assume that currently you're producing at point A, which means you're producing 80 boats and 150 cooking pots. Okay, by using all the resources that you have. Now, for some reason, you realize that your island requires more cooking pots. Okay, because maybe the people are getting hungry. All right, maybe they're dying out of hunger. Maybe you don't have enough food, all right, or fruits to survive. So that's why you decide to shift from point A to point B. Now, notice when you move from point A to point B, obviously your cooking pots are increasing, right? So previously it was 150, now it's 180. But in order to increase the number of cooking pots, you had to sacrifice something, right? You had to decrease the number of boats you're producing. So this region over here is my opportunity cost. All right, and if you remember, opportunity cost is the next best alternative, which is foregone, or anything that is foregone or sacrificed in order to make a particular decision. So here your decision was to produce more cooking pots. That's why you had to sacrifice some boats, 30 boats. That is your opportunity cost. All right, so this is how opportunity cost can be shown by using a PPC. All right, now let's just solve a quick question. This question has been taken from an actual question paper. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds to solve this question. Okay, it's not very complicated. I've picked an easy one for you, so give it a try. Okay, I think you have arrived at the correct answer. If your answer is option B, then well done. All right, so the question was what's the opportunity cost for choosing point Y instead of X? So obviously when we're going to Y, when we're moving or shifting to Y, we're increasing the number of machines, right? But we're decreasing the number of food. So that is why the amount of food that has been sacrificed or foregone is my opportunity cost, which is 50 units of food. All right, so in this case it's food and machines, and you'll see we're talking about an island over here, but you'll see that when the entire economy or the entire country uses PPC or considers PPC, they always have to make some decision between producing capital goods and consumer goods. Okay, so capital goods are those goods which are used to produce further goods, and consumer goods are those goods which are consumed by the consumers. All right, so economies often have to make a decision between choosing a combination, the perfect combination of these two types of items. All right, thank you, that's all.